Welcome in everybody to this Let's Play walkthrough of Final Fantasy X. This has been my all-time favorite game to ever play. I've played well over 2,500 hours of this game in multiple playthroughs, including a 100% completionist run. So in this Let's Play series, we are going to be going through, I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to make the game run a little bit easier, certain strategies that you guys can employ, items that you guys may not have been able to find. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's hear the story. Welcome in everybody. As you can see, we are starting from the very beginning of Final Fantasy X, starting with our boy, the best boy, Tidus, or also known as Tidus for myself. There is a Japanese translation that is a differentiation between how his name is supposed to sound. In the Japanese translation, it is Tidus. For me personally, I call him Tidus. That's just how I've always called him, and that's how I will continue to call him, even though I know it's completely wrong. It's just how I've always called him and how we're gonna continue. So first thing you want to do is you want to talk to two sets of people here, basically confirming your name. I will forever call him Tidus. I will not call him anything else. You know, I could name him Durgan or Dragon or Azure, but for the sake of my own brain, we are just going to call him Tidus.
Do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
Ace block in the front row! Fifth from the right!
Got it.
Now you come over here and talk to these lads.
Can you sign this?
No prob.
Please?
Alrighty.
Me too!
Take it easy.
Kid needs to learn some patience. And then you leave.
Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz!
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well...
You can't tonight.
I mean, tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
The beautiful city of Zanarkand. The city that never sleeps. Sounds like a lot like New York.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jecht, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jecht all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jecht Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jecht's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
So now that entire speech you can skip, but for the sake of like understanding the lore of the game, I like to actually listen to it all because it kind of gives you an idea that, you know, Tidus is living in his father's shadow and people have like an expectation for him, you know, and no one honestly likes to live in their parents' shadow. No one really does. They want to make a name for themselves. So now, this is ultimately my favorite opening scene from probably any video game I've ever played. This scene's great. Well, it's a good thing he was that high above the stadium. Oh, doesn't matter now. Well, that could have gone better. Just wanted to play some underwater, like, I mean, a lot of people call it water soccer, but it's kind of like a combination of like water polo, soccer, and, you know, a lot of other things. And kind of like rugby too, if you think about it.
Auron!
My favorite character right here.
I was waiting for
I love
What
Auron.
are you talking about?
Auron's great. So now there actually is a way to over level in this part to make the beginning part of the game a little bit easier for you. I'm going to teach you how to do that here in a second. So basically everybody's just in a panic because Zanarkand's being attacked, and obviously they're not used to the city being attacked. But this is also during the time when the Bavel-Zanarkand War was going on, which we will learn about more later on in the game. Which
It begins.
everyone has now stopped moving, but the kid isn't.
What?
Don't cry.
Love how Tidus looks like he's 10 years older than this kid. Even the kid's like, don't cry. It's like, what? Get with the beanie.
What the?
Yeah, come,
Hey,
come. Yeah,
wait.
focus, focus. There you go.
Hey, not this way.
Look,
sin.
Sin?
Yes. That thing. Fly, my pretties, fly!
Take it.
Shing. Let me just help you up there, lad.
A gift from Jecht.
My old man?
A gift from the father, who has gone missing.
I hope you know how to use it.
Yeah, you put the sharp end into the other man. That's usually how it happens, right?
These ones don't matter. We cut through.
Alright, so all you gotta do, simple, just pick a target and attack. Pop. And now we run. So now this is where you can prepare yourself for the
Don't bother
later.
going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
So here's the thing. You can either do that, or you can do this thing. So if you attack this one, and you attack this one, you will now be stuck in an endless loop where you can go after the back ones, and none of the three will actually attack you. So you can literally go back and forth, killing the back ones until you get two things. 2 overdrive modes for Auron and Tidus. The first one is called Slayer. So what Slayer does is every single time you kill an enemy, your overdrive gauge will increase. Warrior being the second one, every time that you hit an enemy, your overdrive gauge goes up. So for Auron, it is 80 and 100 for Slayer and Warrior respectively. For Tidus, it's 100 and 150. So now you can just go back and forth and kill these little sin scales over and over again until you get both. So to save time on that grinding, we're gonna do a quick time lapse. Okay, so now that we've done all that grinding, both Auron and Tidus now have Slayer and Warrior. So that's gonna make things a lot easier. Once you get both, just attack that front sin spawn and run. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. The reason why you want Warrior early on is because of the fact that Tidus's overdrives factor off of usage. And just, in fact, having Warrior on your people makes it a lot easier to get overdrives because their base overdrive mode that it starts with is Stoic. It only charges when they get attacked. It's a lot easier to get overdrive usage, a lot more if everybody has Warrior. So my suggestion, get Warrior early. You will thank me.
Get out of my town!
Some can't wait to die.
So now it's going to teach you about about actual overdrives. So Auron's is based off a number, basically about number crunching. So it's down, left, right, up. It's basically down, left, up, right, L1, R1, circle, X, and you're done. And now you just proceed as normal. Tidus all factors on timing. Each person's overdrive is different. So now all you gotta do with Tidus, you go to sword play, spiral cut, and just time it to where you hit in the middle, and he uses it. Each, again, like I said, each person has their own separate way to do an overdrive. You don't really have to worry about healing in this section. The spell that he's using is called Demi. Demi only takes a quarter of your HP, so Demi can never truly kill you. So just push through it, save your potions. You don't really need to worry about healing in this part. Not at all. This part is not that difficult to where you should be healing. Because after this, there should be a way for you to heal, so you don't have to worry about wasting potions or Phoenix Apples. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward. It's not a tutorial designed to murder you at all. So yeah, they may be hurting, but they're fine. Okay, so that thing's now down. It now disappears. Pretty straightforward fight. And then there's Sin, the bubble. So you just follow Auron, and then right here you have a save sphere, which is also good for healing. So we're not going to save just yet. We're just going to use that to heal. Every time you touch that, you're instantly healed. So if you have the chance to touch that sphere, touch it. That way it heals.
Auron, let's get out of here.
We're expected.
Huh?
Come on, pay
Give me a
attention,
break,
Tidus.
man.
Come on. Pay attention. And now we really have nowhere to go. But it's gonna happen. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Alright, so now it's just... This is not the best area to train because these things will consistently attack you. So if you want to grind for Warrior and Slayer, do it at the previous mob. So now if any of these Sin Scales start to flicker their wings, instantly kill them. Because they will use Spine, which does a lot more damage than their basic attack if they hit. So always go for the ones which wings are flickering. It will save a lot of trouble when it comes to HP. Because most of the time they miss. Like literally 3 of them just attacked, 2 of them missed. They don't have the best hit rate.
This could be bad. That! Knock it down.
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
So basically on the right hand side of the screen, it gives you a turn order. So because of the fact we have to kill that thing, we have to make sure that that thing is not going to attack. So as you can see, Auron will be able to attack, but then Tidus has to be one that kills the creature that is having its wings flicker. So that's not done. All of the rest of them are now going to attack with just their basic attack, which is going to do less damage than doing everything else. Like, see how they're only doing 27 a hit, when Spines will actually do about like 50 to 60. Alright, so letter B is going to attack, which is that guy right there. So we are fine. Auron can attack our little thing here, which actually did a fair amount of damage. And now Tidus can get rid of the wing flicker. Again, we're fine. We're fine. So 2 of them have missed. Wing flicker, that is fine. B and D are going to be attacking, so they're both on that side. So Auron can just attack that. And that is, I believe, about 1 or 2 hits away from being done. We're just going to take the risk. And, alright, so Spines are going to hit us this time. See, about 70 damage if you get hit with Spines. So you want to make sure you don't get hit by, you want to get hit by as little spines as possible, if any at all. All right, so there we go. That little, I'm assuming it's like a fuel gauge of some kind that explodes, and that's going to send this entire building down. Of course, Auron's just like, another day at office. For an old man with like only 1 arm usage, he's pretty nimble. He's a very nimble man.
Auron! Auron!
This is it. This is your story. It all begins here. Hey. Hey!
My old man?
So now this is where it gets like Tripsville. You're in what looks like a ruined stadium over Zanarkand. And all you see is his old man standing in the middle of a circle. And then he disappears, revealing...
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
Wake up! It's time to go to school.
Anybody there? Aaron! Hey!
I don't think anyone's there, Titus. I don't think anyone is there. Except the bird, which is apparently flying towards its kind. Alright, so in this area, there are a couple things that people usually end up missing until they come back here later on. So, if you come over this way, there's a set of stairs over on this section. So, if you come through over here, there is a chest right here that you can actually get, which gives you an early 200 gil. Which gil in early game is kind of important when you're kind of going for like HP, you know, potions and Phoenix Downs and stuff like that. So if you come directly across, there is another set of stairs. So if you come up this way, you have an Al Bhed sphere, which becomes important later on once you start learning the Al Bhed language. But we'll cover that. And then you get 2 more potions from that box. That is really the only items that are in this area to begin with. You will come back here later on in the game as part of a secret location, but that won't be until like really, really late game. So then you come up the stairs and you have a save point right here. So this is where we're gonna call it for episode 1. I really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode. Peace.